What's up, guys? Barry Game here, back with some more Out of Heroes, and today, well, we're back on our main account here, and we're trying to figure out what the next upgrade paths are for you, because as you guys know, continuing to make our tenants as strong as possible is still one of the main goals. As far as upgrading our Destiny transition, you know we are stuck on Transition Temple 5 right now, meaning we cannot get to the next tier up just yet, which is what? Polystar? Yeah, we don't have a Polystar, which will be our Lord of Fear Aspen. I still hate that it's Aspen. I'm getting tired of Aspen, but Aspen is one of the best damage dealers in the game for single target. So that's kind of a side project. We'll be able to get more later in the week here to get you up to Surge, but that's still not going to get us there. Because we need to get to Transition Temple 7. This is only going to be getting us to 6, so it gets us one other step in the right direction. The other thing is this temple upgrade is going to give us a whole account-wide defined power buff, so all these will be going up another number, which is good. That's something that's really important to see here. He's 100% maxed out onto core. We got Chaos, Surge. This will be the second Surge. And then we have a one way down there. Ilamok is just chilling. So that's where we're at. However, tenants are still an important thing to be taken care of and upgrading, because that's where the good majority of the power on your account is coming from. Now you'll notice we have pretty solid heroes overall on our main households here. The one that we're kind of lacking on at this point does seem to be the Betty, and that's mainly because we were pushing Natalia, which is why we have this really strong Vulcan here, which I'm honestly wondering about, just like, you know, putting a different hero in here just to have more variety on our account, even though they're not useful, because having a second Vulcan kind of feels useless here. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing just yet. We might change that up. We'll have to see. But again, we would probably take all this power out anyway and redistribute over here. However, my God, we have priest, assassin, priest, mage. So that's not good, but I do want to get Betty more power, because you can see our Vulcan is getting over 9 million attack. Our Aspen is getting over 12, and she's only getting about 3.6. Now, there's a couple things we're going to do. Number one is I'm going to finish. Actually, should I bother finishing the X levels here? Probably not. That's probably not something we want to kind of prioritize, because that's Vulcan's tenant, and Vulcan's just doing fine at what he does. Actually, I think 2C Lago is the better option here as well, if I remember correctly. I don't know why I went away from the 2C Lago. I can't really remember, but let's put some more power into our main hero here, and let's go with this nope, not Azrael. Let's go for Ankirimaru. Let's start upgrading his X levels. It's going to give him more stats getting pushed to the Doom Terminator, or sorry, Lord of Fear Aspen. So we can get you up to 40, which is pretty solid. We'll take that. Still have like the most offensive setups possible on these heroes, but beyond that, we can do some more upgrading. But here's the struggle with upgrading tenants nowadays. Remember, we have all these stellar shards we need to invest here now as well. Well, that means it gives you a lot less to invest into tenants, and what I mean by that is stellar shards are getting stretched so thin now that we can't even bother like upgrading this even too much further. Like, we can get it a little bit higher up. I still even need to build 10-star heroes. Holy cow, that's how far behind we are with making progress here. I actually need to make a 10. Oh wait, we have lots of 9-star puppets, don't we? We've got some 9-star puppets. I'm going to make just, it's going to sound weird, but we don't really use dark heroes anymore. Just going to go ahead and make you Daddy Moog, and we're going to feed that off, because we want to get some power here invested. So getting this done does at least get us into the Destiny transition, or sorry, no, the Tree of Origin. God, there's so many different things nowadays. And I think that's what I want to try to do, because I don't want to invest too much in all the tenants, but I do want to start buffing up these tenants to be a bit stronger. Again, the one downside is, though, yes, we might have enough stellar shards to do this all over the place. Actually, we don't. But now what we run into a problem of is we just don't have enough stellar shards to then go for this upgrade here. And even though this week I'm still trying to decide if I want to go for it, This chest is really good to get a ton of extra Scattered Spirit Vein. If we don't even have the Stellar Shards to do it, what's the point? And that leads me to the main issue with upgrading accounts right now. There's just not nearly enough events at this point that reward either Stellar Shards or Cores of Transcendence. Literally, like, it's getting to the point where the best investment for my account isn't even Treasure Train right now. It's literally Transcendence packages. And that feels really bad. So there's a couple things we're trying to do along the way to kind of help boost that up. Is anytime this shop comes around, we're literally buying up any of the 1250 deals and the 2500 deals. That means by the end of this exploration, we hope to have a decent amount of extra Stellar Shards and or Cores of Transcendence. This one, I don't think I really bought like anything. So sadly, we're not going to have like any really good resources, but every single time this pops up, because we have a ton of gems and we're can continue to have a ton of gems, we're going to buy up any type of materials that we can find here. The other thing is we are buying a core every single day of the week. Beyond that, in Aspen Dungeon, any deals that pop up that deal with Stellar Shards or anything like that, we are purchasing them up. Why? Because there is just never enough of the resources. Heck, one of the other things that kind of annoys me too is like special events, like even in guild and stuff. Like, I don't know why we can't start getting rewards here of Stellar Shards too. Yes, we're getting Cloud Island materials, but Cloud Island materials we're going to need forever. If you guys don't know what our account looks like, we of course have 4 fully stocked up 105 tenant homes with skins. The other ones here, we're kind of all over the place, 62 to 87, and then over here we're at like 69 to 87. So we have a ton of power. They're getting up there, and I mean, you see 3.7, that's a lot. That's a big difference, and that's mainly coming from this Vulcan right here. It's crazy to think. We are gaining a little bit more here. Actually, I leveled up the Betty, right? Yeah, it's one thing we need to make sure to do. So I think what I'm going to try to do is my next goal is to finish everybody here that is a tenant to V4 and then try to get them to at least Origin 1 to unlock additional levels and more stats and all that fun stuff. And then moving on from there, because other things that we can do is we can put like the Core of Origin back on heroes like Jara, like Sword Flash that have them. We don't have to do anything with sublimation, but it might help us out here. The other thing I was talking about still is selling off these copies and just buying like A- attack copies that are B+ heroes and like pocketing the extra difference, because like especially even this Asmo here, this Asmo could probably sell for 10 to 12,000. This guy could probably sell in the low 20s, high teens, and each copy would only cost 3 to 4,000 to purchase back to be a tenant copy. Because what it's really stretching out to me nowadays, before when like Origin 5 was the max, you actually could have a lot of heroes that you could swap in and out of combat. Now it's like if your heroes aren't Destiny transitioned, you're just not using that hero. Eventually we will be doing more of that, but getting, again, we have 120, we need to finish the sublimation if we even want to do that. We could start Destiny transition some heroes just up to the same level that our Hyperspace Hunter Ilamok is. That is something we can do. It just unlocks their transition skill, but I just don't know if it's worth the investment when we're still pushing to get to Polystar and higher Lord of Fear Aspen. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know your opinions on how we should continue to power this account up. I'm trying to spend minimally, at least by like whale standards, to keep up so we can keep making good content on all the new stuff that comes out. We still need to push some other stuff. It's just sad that we are kind of like hard stuck on some of these waves like this right here that are just ridiculously hard to even pass. Like, it's just the amount of power we're going up against is not something we can actually deal with. And I don't know what the next step is on our account to accomplish that, besides just continuing to invest in Treasure Train, more Stellar Shards, more tenant power, and seeing how far we can make it, because this is nowhere near enough damage to take out these Valkyrie waves, that's for sure. We're getting closer. We are definitely getting closer, but the amount of burn damage we're taking from these Valkyries is just absolutely disgusting, and we just can't do anything about it. Heck, even the Flame Strikes coming in behind doing a ton of damage. Granted, the shields are holding for the Flame Strikes. It's really just the Valkyries that are becoming the problem. How funny would it be is if somehow we got our Vulcan to get another active off and it actually was a victory? Nope, he's dead. Okay, that's what I expected. Getting past round 3, near impossible. Maybe we go for an energy feed setup. I don't know. You guys let me know what you want to see on this account, and I'll get it going for you. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time.